So we are going to start with the second module today, which is about the IT governance planning. Then we'll study about the strategic committee and steering committee. What are the committees involved in IT governance? So basically, we know that I think we understand the meaning of governance, right? It's that like from the first module, it's very clear that it stands for race. That is, governance stands for race, right? But we come up whenever any IT company they go for the IT like apply IT governance in their organization, several changes needs to be made. Now, what are the like basically goals of the IT governance? So there are various goals, like how that applying IT governance will be beneficial to their organization. Then the what frame like decide on how to measure the effect, like whether that IT governance is like adding benefit or adding, like we have studied about the metrics, like so if you cost analysis is done. So all this thing like basically a framework should be given to understand the framework. Oh, okay. So this framework should be learned. So what happens is by IT governance, basically the goal is to find like what does it mean to the organization, right? The positives of how its IT governance is adding benefit to the organization. Okay. So if we don't have any benefit, we don't go through it. Now this IT governance has two phases, two processes. First is the like implementing IT governance involves two process. First is the IT governance planning, and second is the IT governance implementation implementation. So obviously, for doing anything, before implementing anything, we have to go for planning, and then only we can go for the implementation part. Now, there are few activities. What is planning? We know that, like what we do, that is the planning part. So, what is the main activities involved in the planning? I have just written a few examples, right? Few steps in the IT governance planning. So, first is the establish the champions for the IT governance process. Now, who are the champions? Like we need to think about the stakeholders. Like who are the stakeholders who give any kind of suggestion to the organization, like any kind of input, whatever they know, if they give someone. So we are saying we are referring to this word as the champions. Okay. Okay. Next is uh, set up the strategy committee. So IT strategy committee. So it's very important to we have a committee so who can like who can take the responsibility, like how the plannings are been moving. So we'll know about it, we'll study it today only what is the IT strategy committee. Basically it's a committee which means every like at least once in a year, and then they audit the system. If they can give their valuable feedback where we are going wrong, or they will praise that yes you are going correctly. So such kind of committee. And next is the identify the key areas that would benefit from the IT governance process implementations, right? Which will be the area, for example, the product delivery, okay, the quality of the product, the like IT cost. So these are all the key areas that maybe that areas needs to be identified. Then next we have to plan for the skill set. Okay, skill set required for the IT governance. So and also identify the skill set means we need to identify the resources, the persons who like will implement those rules, the governance should be skilled enough. They should know, like if someone like you people, some of you may be good at coding, some of you maybe not. Okay, so like for now, if you people join some company and that requires hardcore coding, you people are fresh enough, given like without any experience, without giving any training, they ask you to code according to the like company's standard. So will it be possible? So there would not be any like resource. It will be total failure. If you can't do the project, if you can't do the code, then it will be a loss to the organization, because ultimately the project will be failure. The resource is not like skilled enough. So that is why they should check for the skills. Now next is planning for training and education of the people involved. Now, just I said, when they come, when the companies hire the fresher, okay, the college graduates, whatever you learn in the college is totally different, like 100% different from the education field. Okay, whatever you do there, whatever you do there, you may be like learning C programming in your colleges, in university, but you will be doing some different thing. You may be doing Vue.js, object oriented PHP, so different languages. So there should like, and every companies follow, like they have different standards, so accordingly they train the people. They train the people for 3 months. Some of the company, they have a rigorous like classroom training, like Infosys, they go for 3 months training. They train the people, they take hire the freshers and they train in Mysore. And they're like in this way, so all the companies actually. And in small startups, what happened, like they don't have the like, you can think they don't have the so much money to train the new freshers. So in that cases, you need to learn by yourself. Okay, so people need to learn, and either they will give you training or you have to learn by yourself. Also, we should like, there are others also, like we also list down the like any rules which are followed by other companies, any specific rules which left to the like benefit of the organization. And also we should go for the cost analysis. So this was all about the planning part. So once the planning is done, we go for the IT governance implementation. So then in this IT governance implementation, like when we go for project creation also in SDLC model, we have seen, then we go for some phases. So here also few phases are there. First is the project structure definition. So what will be the structure of your like structure of the IT governance project. So also it should include few points like the scope of the project, then the what goals, what performance goals, or what performance it should be delivering. Okay, what is the performance standard? Then setting up at what time it will be, like schedule of it, like at when it will be completed. And then the resource, whether the resource, as I mentioned, resources are available or trained properly or not. Then the cost is very important factor, whether proper cost is available, like cost is there or not to like for the project, for the IT governance project. And last one is the risk planning. Suddenly suppose if anything hampers, so what case, like in case of like if one plan fails, so what should be the like risk management, how can you manage that procedure? So that is the risk planning. It is falls under this project structure definition. Next is the project plan proposal. Once you are done with your like project structure definition, you define your the scope, performance, like your whatever the expectation you think of. Next you have to go for the project planning approval. Generally once all this, yes, project structure you have clear that you can think of your the synopsis of the or the SRS document you studied in the software engineering, where you mention the initial planning, and that needs to be like approved by the management, or by, in your case if you are like doing it in a college, then it needs to be get approved by your faculties, right? So that is the project plan approval that needs to be done by the higher level management. Next is the identify and reference. So like any project, we any before, like when we do any project, we go for the literature review, literature survey. What does that mean? That we study the earlier like similar kind of projects that was done in small industry, any background it have or not, so that we get some idea that okay, this project was done in some company and they have got this much output, so we have a reference there. So that is the identify the reference. Then identify an external organization. So identify an external organization. By organization we means the expert specialists that help in the IT governance um, implementation. Is some like someone experts are there, specialists for whichever like project you are working on. If you find someone expert who have already worked on it, so you will consider that person as a specialist, right? So that person will help you in this project. Then start with a small pilot implementation. Don't like start with a like small pilot implementation means start from scratch, from just a small project. Okay, don't try to implement as a whole the IT governance. They go for a simple small implementation. If it is successful, then only they go for the entire one. So what is that? They also ask for plan for phased implementation. Phase means like after one phase completes, then only they go for second phase, third phase, and later on what they do, they go for the integration. So this is how this was all about the IT governance implementation. So these were the basic steps. Similar, if you want to remember these steps, just remember your how you do your project in SDLC and everything, the models. So this is a similar thing to that only. So next is the strategy committee. So when we think of the strategy committee, so committee meeting or something, it's like we think it's like eating will be there, anything. You can also think about like time pass, but it is not so. When a proper meeting is held, when a proper meeting, then knowledge is shared among them. Then we get a proper idea, like we have a proper idea how it is, how the things are turning out, what steps need to be taken further. All these things gets like clear in the committee. So that is why it's very important when it comes to any IT strategy committee or something. Compatibility among the members is very important, because every process, like if there is no compatible, there will be issues arising, and then there will be no conclusion found, right? Ultimately, then if you don't have union among yourself, unity among yourself, then ultimately what happens, that will reflect in your project too, because then various people will not agree, then all the committee members won't agree to the like suggestions, and they will uh, and the projects will be either undone or lead to a failure. So that is why this according to COVID, that COVID is the last time we studied as basically a standard. It always recommends to have some committee. Just wait, Varna is waiting. To have some committee at the board level. So it is not like this board level, like they will take the decisions, they can take any decisions regarding the IT governance committee, and they also go for the planning, right? Whether they are focusing on the correct direction, like they will give you some advice. And this things like this committee will involve the CEO, CEO of a company, Chief Executive Officer, or the CTO, that is a Chief Technology Officer. Now, this CTO meeting, the CTO people, what they do, they plan for the resources, they plan for the technologies used, they know about it, right? So they think about it, so whether if we are proceeding towards the right direction or not. So basically, they have certain permissions to do that. That they go for auditing. Okay, so uh, what happens is it has a basically to authority to view the dashboard of the or the government control. Like they we can go for like viewing the government, like what are the, because everyone have a specific role to play, right? So that is why we go for this one. Next is like we according like this we should, and it is always said that it's a research said that 90% of the like organization, they have this kind of meeting, strategic planning meeting, once in every year. They meet annually, they discuss the, because in that is and based on that one only we get increments. Okay, how are even in our organization also, do you think of like ADTU also or iNurture also, any organization, they sit for the performance analysis of their resources, that is like the employees. Okay, and they think of it like whether, and they will have some criteria, they have some performance criteria, and whether we meet that requirements or not. And if they we meet that requirements of them, they give us some rewards, that is the increments. So in every organization that is the case. And now, who are the committee members for the committee members for the strategic committee? But before that, what does this committee member does? So basically, they that's a IT alignment with the business. So everything is involved with business. We go for the IT governance subject because we should know how the IT governance is adding value to the like organization. Ultimately, everyone is involved with money. If everyone is wants profit, right? So that is why like achievement like of IT strategy and subsequently IT strategy, it needs to be strategized by this committee. Now humans resource skills are there, outsourcing issues, IT vendor management, risk management, all needs to be taken care by the strategic committee, even monitoring the major business policies also. Now I'll share one more screen now. The I have, because this diagram is not here in the PPT. Just wait. I have this diagram here. Just let me share my. So you can see here, you can see a diagram for the role of IT committee in IT governance. So this is given by the IT governance IT governance institute. So they have what define it defines basically five focus for the IT governance. First is the strategic alignment, value delivery, risk management, resource management, and performance management. Now, what does this strategic alignment does? It basically aligns the business and the IT strategies. Okay, that because this is the main purpose. The IT governance should align with the, we know that the goal of the IT team and the organization should match, right? So this alignment is done over here in the strategic alignment. Next is the delivery. So value means like you are adding profit to the organization by optimizing the cost for any product. Okay, you are optimizing the cost here. Next is the risk management. That is, you are like risk manage, like in case of any kind of failure, disaster, suppose your resources that were handling the project left the organization or something. In that case, like any kind of like there is no monetary left, right? The like the amount sanctioned for the project, like it's too less for that one. And certainly there is shortage of money. In that case, what happens? So this is managed by the risk management. Okay, these are the roles actually. Then next is the resource management. So how do you get maximum, how can you get maximum from your resources? By resources, like it can be the infrastructure, okay, or the any person. Okay, so if what happens in the middle of a project, if someone got a good offer and he wants to leave the company, but he had like lots of idea about the project, he was working on it. So how can like the people, the HR team, how can he like convince the people not to leave the organization? So all this resource management, whether it's of the infrastructure or of the people they are talking, so it comes under this resource management. They need to take care of it. And last is the performance management. Basically it will focus on the monitoring and measuring the IT activities. Okay, so to ensure like the project goals are achieved, right? For this is done for achieving some kind of project goals only. So that is how it is achieved. Okay, now moving to the committee. Okay. Now this strategic alignment basically it supports the IT governance. I just told you that by aligning the IT strategy and the business strategy. So basically, it ascertains that the strategic goals are achieved. Next, it's the value delivery. Value delivery, just I mentioned that it will return, it will show the return that whether it's adding profit or not to the enterprise. Next is the IT resource management. This one, IT resource management. Okay, so what does that means? Monitoring of the IT funding, how you are spending your monies, and then you can, are you keeping your resources properly, whether infrastructure or people. Then risk management, like you look at the risk factor, what are the risks like in at investments, whether investments you are paying like will benefit or not. So these kinds of things are cared here. And last is the performance management, where we monitor the performance of the goals and the objectives, whether like whatever strategy we had, like it's like fulfilling the performance or not. So all these things were discussed in the committee part. Okay, now the last diagram we have just okay. So this is the IT strategy committee. Now this is like divided into the, it is like divided into four categories. First is the enterprise strategic plan. Then this information security requirement plan. Then app, uh, s- application and facilities plan, and IT strategic plan. Okay, so what is this about? So basically this enterprise strategic plan basically means how all the units of the enterprise, like maybe including the IT, have to work together to achieve the organizational objectives. Okay, so it will may include in like companies mission, then the business objective, then the current state of affairs. So all these things are included in the enterprise. All the like the first the organization objective, business objectives are included in this enterprise strategic plan. Moving next, we have this one, IT strategic plan. So what does this include? It will include the IT opportunities as well as the business requirements. Okay, whatever there is there, so it is included under this strategic plan. Okay, so basically it has two parts. One for the long term, because every organization basically they have types of goal. Okay, uh, long term goal and short term goal for you people, also for every individual also. We have long term goal, like, and short term goal. Long term goal, maybe you can think of like in the next 5 years what you want to, where you want to be in the next, I mean now in the like now what can be your short term goal? It's that like I want to clear the exam, I want to get a job, so something, or you want to learn new skill, probably a new programming language. So this kind of are falls under this IT strategic plan. So every organization, they also have a, they have some short term and long term goals. Next is the requirement plan. Okay, we have the requirement plan. Okay, so in requirement plans, basically they talk about the architecture to optimize the like information system. So basically it's drawn based upon the needs of the information architecture, how, what kind of infrastructure you need. So that is based upon, so it will include something you have studied in I don't know you remember or not, data dictionary in software engineering, the data handling rules, all these things like syntax and data sensitivity, all this will be in the requirement plan. And the last is the application and facilities plan. So where like this plan will basically describe like the systems that need to be developed, applications and the hardware infrastructure, then other like software infrastructure, human resource and everything. So this was all about the strategic committee, IT strategic committee. Okay, so there are a few questions, you can just go through it. I just mentioned it, go through it. Yes, any confusion till this point? Everyone sleeping? Yes, students.
No, ma'am.
All right. Okay. Okay, then we'll continue the class tomorrow. Let me take the attendance. Okay.
Yes.
Just wait. Let me take the attendance. Okay. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Please go through the slides.